All right, so thank you everyone who popped on. We will do this again in person so we can actually make some of the oil holders. I think a lot of people just wanted to stay home and cozy today. Um, but Kyla and I basically got this idea just after talking to a lot of you and finding out how we can be of service and support to help you use your oils more. And one of the biggest things that I was hearing was my oils, I forget to use them. They sit in a box. I grab them occasionally, but it's just really hard to remember. So that's where this kind of stemmed. So we're kind of excited to share all of that. Um, do you guys, if you want to, it looks like everyone, you see the little chat box on the bottom. If you want to type in any specific questions, or please just unmute yourself as we're chatting. I'd rather have this be more conversational than just us spewing information. So please chime in. But you want to start, Miss Kyla?
Sure. Just a quick introduction in case I don't know who all of you are. I have been a wellness advocate with doTERRA for almost or a little over 3 years now, just under 3 years. Yeah, Missy and I have been doing classes together pretty much the whole time. So it's been pretty awesome. And her and I, we learned that, just like what she just said, is that people will order oils or kits and then have a few in the kit that they've never opened or they don't know how to use them. And more so or not, I get text messages of, hey, I have Breathe, how do you use it? And I'll just give them my routine. So we just thought doing this as a class and now a webinar that we're able to share with our users would be great. So Missy had made a sheet, but before we dive into the sheet to kind of go through rooms of the house, I wanted to quickly touch base on the February promos. And I'm going to share my screen. Let's see here. Let's just do this one. And Missy, let me know if it's working. Is that working?
Yep.
Okay. So these are all the promos. Every month, doTERRA has a different set of promos that they offer, as you all, I'm sure, get the emails and know. But this month, they offer quite a bit. So first, briefly, this winter protection collection, it is available on an LRP order. Real briefly, an LRP is a monthly order that you can get points as long as it's 50 PV product value or more. And it's $67 in savings. It comes with a diffuser and then 4 oils and DDR Prime. And really quick, the one on the far left, the little yellow bottle that's kind of grainy, Manuka, that one by itself is $45 and it's actually not available to purchase individually. So this is really great to get it in the kit. And it's really awesome to promote healthy looking skin during the winter. So you could put that just with your facial lotion. You can put it with your face wash. So that's a way to use it kind of in your bathroom. And that's as while supplies last. So sometimes they offer these kits on a limited supply until they sell out. So that one is in February available. And then that limited edition oil, it comes free with a 125 PV LRP, so product value, and you must place your LRP before the 15th of this month. That one is really great for cleansing and refreshing. It's really awesome to possibly like put in your bath with some Epsom salt. So that'd be really cool to just get it for free and be able to test it out, which I have tended to do a lot of ordering random oils monthly that I may not know much about them and then kind of do my own little research on it. So that is free through the 15th if you order 125 PV or more, which almost equals to about $150. It just kind of depends on what you're ordering. And then the next set is where it says free with 200 PV. This is through the entire month of February. So with at the bottom how it says free with 100 PV for the On Guard roller. you'll get that if you do 100 PV. But if you do 200 PV, you'll get the On Guard oil, the On Guard hand sanitizing spray, which is awesome, especially right now with everyone being sick, I feel like. And then on the right is On Guard foaming hand wash, and that you could put in any foaming dispenser. And then lastly, on the far right, Yarrow Palm is 10% off, which I will talk about when we talk about our bathroom routine. So I won't get too much into that one right now, but it is 10% off this month. So maybe make a note that that's a good one to pay attention to as well. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so we can start chatting. Okay, did that work?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay. Let's see here. My computer's asking me if I want to update, so I said no. But yeah, go ahead, Missy. You can talk about your sheet or whatever you wanted to go into next.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. And what we'll do is I'll go through my sheet and then Kyla can go through hers.
Perfect.
Not kind of flipping back and forth. Can you guys see that okay? Okay.
Yep.
So what I thought would be fun here is, this was a cute little handout that you guys were going to have in person. But again, whatever you can take notes on. We've been using the oils for 4 or 5 years now, and you just kind of get into these certain routines at work. Sometimes you stop, sometimes you start new ones. Right now I have this new diffuser blend that I'm obsessed with. It's Siberian Fir, Citrus Bliss, and Grapefruit. And it smells like you're walking through anthropology, which is like just a scent that I love. So anyways, take notes however you want to. But so I just wanted to start with the bathroom. So again, the reason we were kind of coming together to do this is if you don't have what we have found work, if you don't have the oils sitting out somewhere, it's really hard to remember to use them. And sometimes it's nice to have them in a little area together, because if you just have them like spread out randomly, it just looks disorganized and you don't necessarily want to keep it that way. So then they just hide away in the drawer. So my bathroom oils sit on a little tray like this, if you guys can see that. It was just I think it was actually a serving tray. But one of them, these are just kind of some of the things that I do on a daily basis. So I have the neroli, jasmine, and rose oils sitting on my counter. And what I do with these is in the morning, I wash my face with a warm washcloth. And I do, I should have grabbed this, but one of those rose quartz rollers. So I roll my whole face. And then I put one of the flower oils underneath my eyes. And this just really helps with wrinkles and just skin quality, and it just smells nice. So I put that on under my eyes before I put my moisturizer and that kind of stuff. I have the Manuka that Kyla was talking about. So this is the one we can't normally buy, but it's available this month in that kit. I use Manuka and tea tree oil more for like spot treatment. So acne, blemishes, any type of cut, just kind of applying that to the area. And then I use a lot of Yarrow Palm. So Yarrow Palm is the other one that's 10% off this month. And I mix a drop of that in with my nighttime moisturizer. So that one really helps with aging, sun damage. I've spent a lot of time in the sun at the beach and playing soccer and that kind of stuff. So it's just a nice one. It's blue, which I think scares some people at first, but it doesn't stay blue. So it's just a, initial shock, but it's also kind of fun because you can make some artwork on your face before bed. It's also really good to support just like even like cancerous sun damage. So that's a really good one to have on hand. Then I have the Zendocrine blend. I have a couple different oils that I have sitting on my counter for my bath. So the detox blend, which is the Zendocrine blend, I will do that one. Sometimes I'll do lavender and cypress together. So I'll put maybe 6 or 7 drops of one of those oils and some Epsom salt. and put that into the bath, whether I'm detoxing. The lavender and cypress is a little bit more calming. Cypress is amazing for your immune system too, and it just smells really good. So I have those. I have sandalwood, whisper, and elevation. So these are kind of my main perfumes, if you want to call it. So I will do, gosh, I can't remember. Kyla, what's it called when you put, is it oil dressing? When you put oil and lotion?
Yeah, oil dressing.
Oil dressing. I don't really know why it's called that, but
because you're practically like getting dressed in the oil, so like from head to toe. Yeah.
So the ones I oil dress with. So doTERRA has a plain lotion that you can just squirt in your hand. So I'll take a drop of one of these, whatever I'm feeling that day, and cover my body, and it just kind of works like my perfume. I also love taking one of these and putting a drop in my hand and kind of rubbing it in my hair. So that kind of works as a perfume as well. Those are some of my favorites. And then last, but definitely not least, is my poopery. So you have to have oil in your bathroom to help with the smell. So these are the ones I'll do: eucalyptus. The lemon eucalyptus is really nice too because it's really cleansing. That was a new oil that they came out with last year. And then citrus bloom. And I just put a drop in the toilet before I flush. So that's my bathroom counter. Kyla, maybe we will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to go back and forth between rooms instead of going through all four of yours first?
Yes.
Okay.
Could you see my holder okay?
I could, yeah, unless you want. I mean, just show it one more time in case someone was looking away. I think it was.
I literally think it was a serving. It came with like 3 little bowls. So you can get these at there's like dog hair everywhere too. Home Goods, Hobby Lobby, all that stuff. Okay.
All right, let's get into my bathroom stuff. And it's kind of cool too. Missy and I didn't really talk about what we were putting in our little boxes before we started talking. And it's cool to see like the different things that we chose. Are you viewing my whole screen right now?
Just your notes.
Okay, cool. So we'll just get into the bathroom part. And my big thing was I'll have a lot of the other stuff that might not be oils, but I do have a couple oils as well. So for the bathroom, I was thinking like on the sink, and this month with the 200 PV, you'll get the On Guard foaming soap. And I've had one of these since the first time I ever ordered the soap, and I just keep refilling it. It's a foaming dispenser, and I fill it up anytime it gets low. So this is always on the sink. And then I also use the On Guard cleaner. So I've had this bottle for probably a year and a half. A lot of it, like it says for bathrooms, mix 3 tablespoons of concentrate for every 24 ounces of water. So I will put, I actually only put 1 tablespoon into the toilet and clean my toilet with this, as opposed to getting all the synthetic toilet bowl cleaners at the store. So you can use this, and then if you want to spray it, I have put some in a sprayer bottle like this with a little On Guard sticker on it, just so I know what's in the bottle. And I just use this to clean. You'll see that on the kitchen side as well, so I won't talk about it too much there. But yeah, so this is inside of this. And I use that to clean the whole house actually, but I was thinking more for toilet bowl cleaner, sink cleaner, shower cleaner. You can use it everywhere. I'm pretty much obsessed with the shampoo and conditioner. I know that a lot of people don't realize that doTERRA does other things than oils, so I just wanted to bring these up really quick. You can definitely make your own shampoo and conditioner, but I like the smell. I like the way my hair feels using this. Dan, my husband, actually loves it. Makes your hair really soft, and I'm big on only washing my hair twice a week, and I use this twice. So my hair doesn't get super oily, but it's worth giving it a try. It's really great for protection. My hairstylist says that it's fine for my color that's in my hair as well. So those are 2 things that are in my shower. And then really quick, I have the Yarrow Palm, and I know Missy said it was blue, so I just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looked like. In this container, it has a little dropper, and if I just put 2 little drops on my hand, you kind of see it there, and then you just rub it in. I use this on my forehead right after I get out of the shower. I just kind of do the dropper, like 1, 2, 3. I don't press the dropper. I just set it on my wrinkly forehead. It's really great for skin, and that's where I am most prone to wrinkles. So I've been using this since I've got it, and I use it anytime I get out of the shower. So it's really awesome, and yeah, it's blue. So I just wanted to show that. And then let's see, what was the next thing? Shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I'm gonna put these 2. This is Petitgrain. This is an oil that I use. I typically have dry skin, but Petitgrain is great for oily skin, and I get oil in the T-zones. So when I do use this, it's normally more so in spring and fall, because in the winter and summer my skin is crazy dry, so I don't use this. But for oily skin, I'll put it just on my T-zones. Just did that upside down, but my T-zone to help with oily skin. And it's also a really uplifting oil, and I've even put it like with my soap, is why I brought both of them together. I keep this in the shower, and I'll just put the soap, put 1 drop of Petitgrain, and just lather it up together. So if oily skin is an issue, I just wanted to bring that up. It's been really great, and I've heard a lot of good testimonials about it. So I know it's an oil we don't talk about a lot, so I wanted to bring it up in this talk. And the last, I didn't put it in the box, but as I was kind of pulling stuff into here, there was also these 2 little things. This root to tip serum. This is really great for dry hair. So even though I don't wash my hair often, it gets dry mainly because I straighten it or curl it often. So I use this right after I wash my hair. And then right now I'm really into the Virage skincare line. And this is just the moisturizer. So I thought I'd bring it out, and I use this right after I get out of the shower. When I do the Yarrow Palm, I then put this lotion on top of my whole face. So that's my bathroom routine. Let me stop sharing my screen. There you go.
All right, cool. I love it. Karen, I saw you popped on. I just wanted to let you know you can interrupt us at any point with questions, okay?
One question is the Yarrow Palm a problem for dogs?
No, I actually have given it to my dog internally.
Oh, okay, because I don't know where I saw that, but and I apologize for how I looked. I'm like, just got out of the shower, and it's a curly hair day.
I like the curls.
They're natural.
Yeah.
Okay, that was one of my big questions. And what other ones are there any that are a problem for dogs?
You know what I'll do, Karen, at the end of, so what we're doing is we're gonna go through
each room,
and then at the end I'm gonna share we work with an amazing vet out in Austin, and it
okay,
what's safe and what's not, so.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna share, we're gonna move on to the kitchen. Before I move on, so this again was kind of what we were thinking we would make today. We got these cheap boxes at, or they're trays, Hobby Lobby, and these fun stickers. And so essentially what you can do is just set your oils and have them out in front of you.
Cute.
So if you're
that is so cute.
I know. So we're gonna do this again. We have to.
Yeah. We bought all the containers. We got to put used to them.
Yes. Just over stickering because I was by myself. But one of the ones that I have in the kitchen is actually kind of an intense one, but I had a lot of fun making it with a friend. Old tree stump And what we did was we used the drill bit and did ones for the 5 milliliter bottles, 15, and some rollers.
Oh my God.
I am blessed to have a very, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a very big counter in my kitchen. So this was a nice thing to just have them out. I have all my cooking oils out. But if you don't have room like that, there's other ways. Let me share this here. So some main ones that I have out in the kitchen, I have a bunch of them out for cooking. So I have the oregano, thyme, coriander, basil is on there as well, rosemary, just the basic ones that you would maybe replace an herb or maybe ran out of an herb and it's just nice to have the oil. When you are cooking with them, always try to add them after something is moved from the heat. The heat will just kind of denature some of the health benefits of the oil. And a lot of times they're really intense. So turmeric, for example, is very potent. So if you don't want a full drop, you can take a Q-tip, stick it in the top, and then mix it into your dish as well, too. Fun fact. So I also have celery seed, lemon, and mandarin. These are, I've gotten into juicing this year, and I love it. And so these are oils that I add into my juice at the end. Celery seed is amazing for your liver, also really good for your esophagus and anything digestive. And then the lemon and mandarin oils are just very detoxifying. And you can also put those in water. Celery seed isn't going to taste that good in water, but you can add it to like a bone broth or something like that too. And then I always have my DigestZen and peppermint. So anything that, if my stomach is upset, I know to go to the kitchen to grab that. I have my Breathe there too, because I usually hang out in the kitchen first thing in the morning, and Breathe is just a very uplifting oil to open your airways and get started for the day. So that's where my Breathe hangs out. And then turmeric as well. So I have my turmeric in the kitchen. I use that with a lot of teas too. Sometimes I'll make like a golden milk or something like that. So that's my kitchen jam.
All right. Let me share this again with you guys. All right, so for the kitchen, I kind of already went over the On Guard cleaner and the On Guard soap, but we have the soap dispenser right next to the sink. And then I use the cleaner for the countertops and inside the microwave, wherever that you think you need it. And then the oils that I put on here are cilantro, celery seed, and lemon. And those three right away just called out to me mainly because the cilantro I have used for like a guacamole, or I mean, anytime you, like Missy said, anytime you would use an herb but you have the oil, you can use the oil. And I really like that tip, Missy, with the Q-tip, because sometimes like I've put in too many drops of something and I'm like, whew, that's strong. So to know that if you don't want a full drop, just use the Q-tip, like she said. For
toothpick, not a Q-tip.
Oh, I thought you said Q-tip. I was like, oh, that could work. Yeah. Like, I thought you meant like soaking it in and then, okay. So toothpick.
You'd hate to get cotton in your food.
Yeah. I was like, oh, just stir it around, you'll be okay. But with the celery seed, I used it in stews or soup, that even if I already have used celery in the soup, like a chicken noodle soup that I make at home, just to add that extra support into the soup. But yeah, add it in at the end once it's removed from the heat. And then lemon, I've actually used the lemon. I mean, the lemon I feel like is the most universal oil. Like, it's cleansing, it's great for internally in your body. And I've used it. We have a steam cleaner, and so for our floors. And it says specifically not to put essential oils in it. It's because it's a plastic, well, what I think is it's a plastic container that holds the water. So what I'll do is I'll drop lemon onto the floor and then use the steam cleaner on top of the lemon oil. And so I think that works really great. Also lemon in your water. And then I've used lemon in a hot toddy before. Like I've used lemon everywhere. So it's really great and I love lemon a lot. So that's one that I definitely use. And then I keep my LLV, so my lifelong vitality pack, in the kitchen. And I actually have it in a vitamin container right next to the stove, like right as I'm walking into the kitchen. Just because after I eat breakfast, it's because I see them, so I'll take them. A lot of the time people might put their vitamins in a cabinet and just kind of forget about them, because if you don't see them, you forget about them. So that's the biggest thing about today, is try to put these things out where you mentally will see them and take them, where you don't have to maybe set a reminder to take your LLV or your vitamins. It's awesome because they're sitting right there on your counter as is. And it'll just be that good mental awareness to use those. So those are my kitchen oils.
Cool. I lost mine. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the bedroom. So I have a bunch of random little things. This was actually it's a pink Himalayan sea salt candle holder, but it was just kind of perfect. Sometimes I can fit 3 rollers in there and it just sits next to my bed. This was also just extremely dirty, but just like a little bowl, little knickknack, probably a jewelry holder. And then this was, I'm notorious for just saving old candles, even though I don't really burn candles anymore, but old candle holders are really nice just to be able to keep the oils organized. Because again, if they're just like splayed on your table, you're probably gonna pick them up and put them away eventually. So let me share this. So I have 2 of those holders just sitting next to my diffuser on one of my nightstands. And some of my favorite oils right now to be diffusing, I have lavender, Roman chamomile is just amazing for calming. I love using cedar wood because it's really, it just helps to balance some of the florally oils and is really grounding. Doing lots of ylang ylang lately, which is very good for opening up the heart. And then I love the Forgive blend. So that's another really, really good one. And then, so those are all sitting next to my diffuser. I also have, this would actually be cool to show. I have these old just water bottles sitting next to all of my diffusers. So then it's like, you don't have to go take it to the sink every time. I know some people will use like water pitchers or something like that too. But on the other side, I have the Calmer and the Stronger. These are the pre-made kids blends. So the Calmer I rub bottom of the feet, sometimes the inside of my wrists before bed. It's just a sleep blend essentially. And then the Stronger blend is the immune blend. So I like to do that one topically, same spots if I'm feeling a little run down or I've been around sick people, just to help boost the immune system. I have a Serenity pillow spray. So this was this past Christmas, it was a holiday product. And so I'll kind of spray my pillows. You can also just make it, but it was just a nice little gift that they had. So I spray my pillows. And then I also have been obsessed with, I'll stop sharing my screen here. This, it's a Yarrow Palm body serum. So I keep this by my bed. I have just like really dry, well-worked, used hands. And this is just a nice one to help with just anti-aging and moisturizing. And it comes out a little bit different. It's a little bit blue, but it's more of a clear serum because it has some other things outside of the Yarrow Palm. But before this came out, I had yarrow pom sitting by my bed too, so you could really do either of those.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually, before I share my screen, just to show a couple of these, Misty was talking about this Serenity pillow spray, and I totally missed the boat and didn't get them before they were sold out. So you can't order them now. So if you haven't, I actually do make my own. All this is water in a little glass sprayer with, I do like 10 drops. I know it's probably a lot, but I really love the smell. And then I just fill it with water. You could probably use 3 to 5 drops, but yeah, I use 10 drops. I put it in and then I put the water in, and then it's just a little like spray, and I do pillows, bed. Right as I'm laying down in bed, I just kind of spray around just because I really love the smell of it. And then, I mean, I know you guys have seen the sheet, so I'll just kind of run through my bedroom stuff without sharing my sheet. But a big one that I feel like a lot of people associate with sleeping is lavender. This one is really great in the diffuser, or you can also have a roller bottle of it and put it on your clavicle, or put it on any pressure points on your wrist. Like, I'm a side sleeper, so I have seen that with a lot of oils that I might want to smell at night, I'll actually put it on my wrist, because I'll notice that I lay with my hand up here often, and you just kind of get that smell instead of putting it on your face if you don't want to. Don't ever put it inside of your nose. Like, I know you want to smell it, but don't ever put it inside. So I just put it on my wrist and I smell it when I'm sleeping. Right before bed, chapstick, especially right now with winter. You probably should just carry this with you all the time. They sell them in 3-packs online, or single, whichever. But there's one by the bed, one in my purse, all over the place. And then lastly, I know this isn't everybody's nighttime routine, but I skinned my shin pretty bad this summer during a hike. And so right before bed, I have been using rose oil on the cut to prevent from scarring. I just do that with, like, I'll just use a lotion on my feet. And so then I started using the rose on the, I'm trying to prevent it from scarring badly. And I mean, it was a pretty bad cut. So I hopefully, when I post photos of what it will look like after a couple months of using it, you'll see the difference. But this is just part of my nighttime routine, is using rose oil on that cut. But rose is also great for a bedtime routine if you want to put it on your face for complexion, or put with dry hands or cracked knuckles. Rose is really great as well. So if you want to do that as a nightly routine, that's awesome. So that's my bedroom. And then Missy, do you want me to kind of go into my little box of my random stuff, and then you could close it out and we can go for questions?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I will share this now so you can see what I put in that bottom right box. So I was thinking, where else do I use oils? Work is a big one. And the main ones that I wanted to bring, and I know I didn't add it in there. I didn't know if I had the bottle, so I didn't want to talk about it but not have it to show. So Adaptive is the one I put on there, but I found the roller, it was in my purse. So I use this a lot just to, when I'm getting really anxious at work, or when I feel like the work is piling on and I can't check things off like I like to, I just use this roller on my wrists and then behind my ears, and it just really is calming. And I do have a mini diffuser at my desk as well, and I'll only use 1 drop of the Adaptive. It's just very calming, and I do work in a cubicle setting, and it doesn't, sometimes scents bother people, but with the Adaptive, only using 1 drop, it's very subtle, and it seems like it just really brings the team together, actually, which I think is amazing. And some people don't realize that that might be what's helping the team come together. So there is that. And then I use peppermint beadlets I put on there. love chewing gum. And I am right now doing a nutrition challenge where they have you track like everything you put in your body. And with the peppermint beadlets, like a piece of gum is 5 calories and the peppermint beadlets are 0, I'm pretty sure, when I looked them up. So just, I can't brush my teeth, 20 times a day. So I just keep the peppermint beadlets for when I'm heading into a meeting or when someone's like coming up to my desk. And it actually has come in handy when a coworker of mine had a really bad migraine. And what you can do with the beadlets is you can take a beadlet and pop it in your hand, and you can use it just like you would the oil. So if maybe you don't want to carry peppermint oil in your purse in case it opens, you could carry the beadlets with you and use the oil just like you would if you were to get a headache outside of your home. And lastly, breathe. I know Missy already had talked about breathe, but I use this a lot at work as well, just to kind of start my day and start my intention. I'll just take the bottle and then like just put one drop on my hand, just kind of rub it in and just breathe it in, and it just kind of like opens up your airways. And I don't know, it's probably one of my favorite oils. I just love the smell of it. But yeah, so those are my others. So that was it on that.
Perfect. I love what you shared about with the rose oil too. So the whole like other purpose of this too is just, it doesn't have to be necessarily a bedroom activity, but if it reminds you to do something like put the oil on a scar, then having it out is just going to help with that habit too. So I love that.
So the rose oil is good for like dry hands and okay, because
Yep.
I have unbelievably dry skin.
Yeah.
I mean, and you'd hate this, Missy, but without knowing these little tricks, I had a cut right in the palm of my hand from a paper cut.
Ooh.
And I kept getting paper caught in it. So I used super glue.
Oh my God.
I've heard of people doing that before.
I've had to do it a lot because I mean, I get these cuts like right on the, what is it? On my thumb. And every time you touch it, it's just like, oh my gosh, and I use paper all the time. So I'm getting paper cuts constantly.
So one thing I would recommend, because I have really dry skin as well, is I would use the rose roller on the cut, and then if you have Correct X, it's pretty much like a Neosporin, but it's with doTERRA. So it's an all natural version, and I would put the rose oil and then put the Correct X on top of it. And if you can, use a Band-Aid. If you can't, maybe just wait a couple. It is oily, the Correct X. It has the same oily.
Oh, trust me, I'm used to getting oil and all kinds of stuff on everything. It's like because they hurt so bad.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I actually right now I wore a necklace and I've had like this reaction to it, and I have this huge red mark on my neck. So I'm thinking maybe that might help that as well. I don't know. I can't figure out what it is, but it's not going away.
Yeah. I would try both of those. Those are great.
Okay.
Okay, so my little genius category here was my dog, Miss Einie Girl. So all of her stuff is in a old tea container. So these have been really nice. This is something I have already. And most of what I have for her is a spray or a roller. Kind of a but I definitely had Digest because she eats everything off the ground and will have grumbly tummy often. So I'll put that on her belly. I have a pain blend that I made in a spray bottle here because she just had surgery in November. And so that's a really nice one to just have on hand. This is sitting right on a bookshelf in my kitchen. All of them are. I also have a calming blend because she does get a little stressed out occasionally. And that I just kind of spray on her spine. And then I have a bottle of frankincense, copaiba, and turmeric. So this is, I'll dive a little bit deeper when I share the animal sheet real quick. But this is a blend that she gets in a capsule every morning. So this helps with a lot of anxiety. It was really good for her post-op, so after her surgery, to support a healthy inflammatory response, help with pain. Turmeric is really good for the brain, so that's a really good just anxiety one too. And then balance. Balance is just another one. I usually have it going in her diffuser when I leave her, but that's kind of in my little dog nook. But what I'm going to share with you guys here, so if you don't know the essential oil vet, she is fabulous. Let me see. Can you guys see a little dog sheet there? Okay.
Yep.
So Janet Rorick, she's out in Austin. She created this amazing sheet, and I can send a link in the chat of where to get this sheet. But vet in Austin, and you can actually do phone consults, email consults with her. So like, I was like, hey, my dog's having knee surgery. What do I do? She wrote a whole protocol with oils and supplements. So I trust her judgment. If you Google a lot of this stuff, most people always err on the side that essential oils are dangerous because quality is not always managed. So we believe that doTERRA's quality standards are so high that like when used properly, they're safe. So this document goes through different oils to avoid. Let's see if I can, I don't know if it'll let me zoom. So usually there's a few more oils to avoid with cats. And that's just because their organs function differently than dogs do. And so the biggest thing with cats is you want to have, if you're going to diffuse something, just make sure the door is open and they have the ability to exit at any time. A lot of times with cats, you don't need to cover them on it. A lot of it can just be breathed in. You could put a couple drops in the litter box so it soaks into their paws, that kind of stuff. But this is kind of the list of with cats. With dogs, the main ones you want to avoid are birch, tea tree oil, and wintergreen. Again, there's differing views on this, but these are just some ones that you want to avoid, and it's mostly because they're very potent. Same thing, they kind of warn with some of the hot oils that you want to make sure that you dilute them because their skin is sensitive as well. Does that kind of help, Karen?
It does.
Okay.
Very much so. If there's a way to get that link, that would be perfect.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
I may just mail you a sheet of it because I
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And I'll probably order some stuff, Missy. So if you want to just wait and throw it in with that.
Okay, that works. Perfect. It's a great, great resource. So we wanted to open it up now if you guys had any other specific questions. I did have the smoking, like how to help stop a smoking question. One of the biggest ones that's helpful with that is actually breathing black pepper. So black pepper actually stimulates a response in the respiratory system that's similar to smoking a cigarette. I can't tell you the scientific mechanism of that, but people swear by it. So you can
regular or a black pepper oil?
Oil.
Okay.
The oil. So
well, get me some of that.
So, and I think I've never diffused it before. It might be kind of intense. So whether you make a spray so it's not lingering, or you try the diffuser, it might be nice
Okay.
to have it passive. So, and you want to be able to breathe it, like take the moments to not just be working, but like go close to it and breathe it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the one thing I need to order is the diffuser, and I want to get it from doTERRA. So
Yes.
there will be an order.
Yes, I can guide you with that too.
Okay, that's perfect.
Any other questions? I see Gina's beautiful face now.
Hi.
Hi.
I do have a question for you. Something that's bothered me for a long time, because you and I met and I had done a lot of research about using the oils, and one of the rules that kept coming up is don't heat the oils. It messes with their properties. Yet everyone's like, oh, I put this in the tub, and I don't. Why would you do that if it messes with the property? And does it make it more dangerous to do that?
It's not usually making it more dangerous. It's just it's losing some of its therapeutic benefit. However, it's more the constant heating of it. So in the bath, it's slowly cooling down.
Okay.
I mentioned in the beginning when I add it to like
Epsom salt.
Epsom salt, but also with like if I'm cooking, I'll wait until the pan is removed from the heat and then add it.
Okay.
So it's not like something that you mix in originally and let it boil and do all that stuff.
Okay. So you'll still get some benefit probably.
Yeah, and it's going to be safer than another oil, but it's more just that you're losing the therapeutic properties.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. I did have another question. Just hearing you guys say you just drop it on your face and whatever. When I had first tried to start incorporating it into moisturizers and stuff, it was maybe it was too much that I used. It was like really strong on my face. Didn't like it. It didn't feel good. So I stopped doing that. But
What were you using?
geranium. I love geranium. It's one of my favorites. I was using that. I tried I tried frankincense a couple of times too. Maybe I can't remember because it was a while back. I just stopped trying. But I think those were the two I primarily tried, and they just I don't know, it was just too much. Maybe I didn't have enough, like the ratio was off or something. And I just didn't know if maybe there's a certain there's moisturizers that don't go well with trialing to use that too. So I was wondering about that.
Yeah. You have something, Kyla? Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I know frankincense, I've put it in the bath before and it has kind of irritated my skin in the bath. And so what I'll do is I'll use it after the bath when I use the roller. And so in the roller, it's diluted properly. And so what I'll do is I'll use it on, I have a little sunspot right here that I just started using it on. So I put it on there with the roller and I haven't noticed any bad effects or negative side effects. With the geranium, I think 1 drop or less. So you might have just been using too much of it. But you could also use Misty's tip of using the toothpick.
Right.
And maybe just like using a little bit if you don't notice it and go from there. Yeah.
But it should be able to incorporate in your moisturizer, that 1 drop or whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
doTERRA makes their night cream is in a little glass jar. And so I'll just add a couple drops if I want to try a different oil that month or two and just stir it in that way. So then you're not even.
It's really a small amount.
Very, very small, yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of play with it. And the Yarrow Palm, so the blue one that Kyla had shared earlier is mixed with pomegranate seed oil. So this is the one that we're kind of like putting all over because it's already diluted as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just add a little something. I don't have a lot of things in place. I have the cat. I have my 4-year-old. Like, my house is not essential oil friendly, but we do a lot of diffusing. But the one thing I do pretty routinely is I'll take my peppermint, I'll keep it in the bathroom, and I'll like kind of put a little coating of it on my floss, and I'll floss with that. And
I love that.
that's been really good, I think. However, if you put too much on there, I feel sick to my stomach. Like you definitely like, whoa, got a little.
I've actually done the same thing, but with spearmint. So if you want any kind of mint oil, yeah.
Yeah, so that's been good, but that's like really, besides diffusing, I haven't gotten into it too much outside of that. But I like your tips and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that too.
And I have a question as well, and maybe I can get in touch with the vet because I actually have a bunny rabbit as a free roaming bunny rabbit as a pet. And so, I mean, right now I basically use like lavender and peppermint more for headaches and lavender to go to sleep. But because he sleeps with me now, I haven't really been using it before bed because I just don't know how it's going to affect him. Like, do you guys know anything with that, or should I just talk to the vet, or what are your thoughts?
I don't personally know with bunny rabbits. You can do an email or phone consult with her. She also, I forgot, started this monthly, like a $10 a month membership where you're part of a Facebook group. So you could even do that for the month and just search bunny if you don't want to do a specific. But yeah, I'm not sure about that one. An awesome pet though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's good to ask though, because I mean, all their organs are just so different. So it's just good to keep them safe too. I think in the meantime, just making sure that there's always an out. So you wouldn't want to like put the diffuser right next to their crate and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a good question. I know Lisa shared her, her mom has a really cool little holder that looks like it also has
Oh, wow.
in it too. So I feel like you could just, I don't know. It's not a frame. It looks like it has a keyhole too, but it's creative. I like it.
I also, I know too, just with like holding oils, I really briefly, I have two little different holders that I use. This I got from like a home goods store, and I don't know what it was for, but it came to separate all of these little things. I think it's like maybe a makeup holder. And I just put some oils that I might be using during the week in here. Has a little like hook pouch as well. So I have that. And then a little bit bigger of one, it's cloth and it zips, and it just has, and it's specifically made for oils. I think I just got this one off Amazon. But doTERRA has some great holders. But yeah, the webs have some awesome stuff as well. And then I know for today's class, when we were going to do it in person, the little wooden carriers from Hobby Lobby and like stickers or paint, just make it fun so it makes you want to display it and want to put your oils out. I think that's the biggest thing, of just not letting them sit in a drawer and go away.
Hide away. Cool. Okay. Doesn't sound like there's any other questions. Really quickly, I just wanted to wrap up with to let you guys know that we always offer gifts. Like if you ever wanted to, as we're going through all this, if you think of people in your head that you're like, wow, they really need to learn about this. If you ever want to host a class, we always do oil gifts based on whatever you want. Karen, we'd give you a black pepper or something like that if you want people. You could do it at your house. We can also, the event today was supposed to be at the clubhouse in my apartment complex. So we can always do a more public place if you prefer, but that's always an option. But there's also, you know, Kyla and I have really found just how beneficial it's been for us doing, like being able to share oils on the side to help people with their health, but also to have this side income. So just knowing that there's different levels. If you want to just get free oils, that's a possibility to share oils if you want to supplement your income. And then there's also the opportunity to actually replace your income. So I just wanted to open that conversation. If you guys have any questions about that and want to learn more, please reach out and we can kind of see what your goals are, see where you're at, and guide you with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of options. I think I have to learn more and get more used to all of it before I do anything else.
Yeah. Yep. It's always, I had someone who, she was so gung-ho about the business but she had only used lemon oil. And I was like, well, you can teach a whole class on lemon oil. That's fine. You don't need to, fake it and talk about oils you've never used. So there's always a way.
Wow.
Cool.
I have a lot to digest right now.
Yeah, let me know if you want to hop on a call before you order or something.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I've got the catalog you sent me with the original order, so I'm going to kind of go through that.
Perfect.
And go from there, and then I might give you a call.
Sounds good. All right. Do you guys have any other questions?
I think I'm good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll keep you posted when we do another in-person on a non-snowy day thing.
Yeah.
You getting snow
Thank
down
you.
there as well?
It seems like it stopped a little, but we did.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you are welcome. All right, we'll have a fabulous Sunday.
You guys too.
Okay.
Thanks, Kyla.
Bye.
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 Bye.